Hey guys, welcome back to another episode on the treadmill. First off, I'm probably sounding a little bit nasally and meh. I also just feel like meh, so I'm going to tell you about it. My goodness, last week we went axe throwing one evening for a friend's birthday. Super late in the evening. It was already like, you know when you start to get drowsy and you can feel like sand in your eyes because you're so tired, and I'm like, I'm committed, I can do this. Normally I don't go out on the weekdays, like late anyway, and I try to get to bed at a pretty reasonable hour. Doing the axe throwing and like all the parts of the timber obviously explode off the board. And I think I was allergic, highly allergic to whatever like the treatment is on this timber. I must have sneezed no less than like 100 times while I was there. It was just the laughing joke because they just point at me and then I'd sneeze. I was like, yeah, this is great. But it kind of stuck with me for like 3 days. And then now I've got like sore throat, wheezy, terrible, because I think I slept with my mouth open one night. And yeah, I was like, oh my God, I've got COVID. I'm so sick. So I feel really bad. So I have to go and sort that out. Maybe get some kind of anti-inflammatory or antihistamine because I'm just garbage for the rest of the week. Anyway, moving on from that, really productive week. We are currently going through like several different interviews for a couple of different positions in our company. Sadly, the man behind the camera right now is going to be leaving to pursue his music career. So we are looking or on the hunt for a new videographer, media team and a business manager. So that's been pretty stressful, I guess, for anyone that's done interviews and you've got a business. You kind of got your normal day-to-day tasks that you still have to complete, and you've got to write the job descriptions, then you've got to read through all of the applicants, narrow down who seems like a good fit, do the interviews, review the interviews, set up second round of interviews. So it's been busy, really busy. So just a lot of extended hours, staying back late just to kind of get everything done. But really positive, so that's always a good thing. We had the kids this week too. So every other week we have Robert and Livia with us. So that was a really great week. Livia had her first sleepover with her friend. I was doing a lot of entertaining over the weekend. We had their families at our house just out on the bikes. Livia's been learning how to use the skateboard. So I got her these cute little like elbow pads, knee pads, wrist pads. And it was so funny just to see like the confidence once she's like decked out in all the gear and she's got a helmet on. She's on the skateboard. It was so cute. So we had a really fun weekend. I was very tired. I think I woke up like this on Sunday morning because both kids kind of got up over the night, but it was fun. So we did that. And what else? I feel like I haven't seen Lane in a while. I guess parents, you kind of just like conquer and divide and conquer. Lane's over here, I'm over here. I'm like, yep, you go tag, all right, you go to this and I'll do that. I don't know what my husband's up to, but I think we'll be able to enjoy each other's company a bit more this week. Nutrition-wise, I'm not really sure. I haven't done my check-in today, so I think I'll probably put my phone up here in a second. But I know on the evening that we went to the axe throwing, we organised this big like flourless chocolate cake, and then one of the other guests bought like a huge plate of like freshly baked choc chip cookies. I think one of the things that I've really been trying to work on kind of outside of competition life, is not saying no in a situation where I should just say yes and enjoy a cookie or enjoy some cake. So I knew it was going to put my macros up pretty high for the day because it was very dense. There was nothing macro friendly about it, and usually like if I want to enjoy those types of things, I'll make it myself because I can get the calories significantly lower and it still tastes amazing. So when I can, I'll try to do that, but these weren't. We'll see, my calories are probably up around 3,000 on Wednesday or Thursday, which I think it was Thursday. And I hadn't really prepared for it because it was a last minute thing. So normally I would save up a few calories from carbs and fats if I know I'm going to be doing, something that's involving food, that kind of thing, but I didn't. So I kind of said yes to a handful of those, and it did mean if I wanted to kind of just stay around my maintenance calories, for the rest of the week, that Friday, Saturday and Sunday actually meant that I really had to rein my calories back in quite a bit. So, I don't know, I think I'm kind of in two minds about what I do in those situations, because part of me knows, like, just get back on track the next day, hit your targets. Your weight's probably going to be up for a few days and it will come back down, but probably not within the week. It might take a little bit longer for me to get back to where I was prior to having that really high day. Does that make sense? So I've exceeded my weekly calorie allotment, whatever. If I just give it a few more days, it'll move back down. So I kind of went with that this week, but it was still tough on the lower calories. I think just with everything going on, I was probably doing a bit more movement, running around. Skateboarding, by the way, I fell off the skateboard, really ate shit. I have such a sore butt. It was a huge stack and everyone saw. I was like, yes, this is so good. So anyway, I was probably a bit more active. So part of that kind of recouping my weight would have happened a little bit faster, I think, because I was more active, but just being really positive about any, like, you know, changes in my calories when I go over, whereas previously it would really stress me out. So again, after the weekend, feeling a little soft, but you know, I kind of have a really consistent routine generally throughout the week. So let's go and have a look at my targets for this week. Okay, so let's jump into the me page and my calories. All right, so there you can see Monday through to Sunday. There's my Thursday, 3,018 calories on that particular day. So it just goes to show you, like, one slice of the cake, which is really good. It's probably around 700 calories just in that one dessert, and then a couple of cookies. There's another 300 or 400 calories because they were dense, you know, lots of chocolate and stuff. So that was the high day. You can see I kind of tried to pull it back in a little bit. I was really busy on Friday, actually. I had a huge day at work, so I didn't get to eat very much. In fact, I think I only might have had 2 meals on that day. Not optimal. Would like to have 4, but it just is what it is. If I was prepping, would not be doing that. And then 17 on a Saturday, and then down to 12. But I didn't log everything on Sunday either because we had family over for barbecue. So this intake here that you can see on Sunday was probably closer to 2,000. But you can see there my weekly average is 1906. It was higher. So I'm obviously not going to be compliant to my targets this weekend. I also had my menstrual cycle all last week. So I know I was just a little bit like, I need to eat something. I'm very emotional. So protein, let's have a look at protein. Protein is always good, clearly amazing every day. Carbs. What do we got here? Thursday, that was my high day, 343 on that day, but every other day seems pretty good. And then wrapping up my fats, Thursday, 102. Whew, that'd be nice if I could do that every day. But the average was 59. So let's go and check in, since it is my check-in day today. So I only took my weight twice last week, and I did weigh in this morning, and I was a little bit high at, not 98, let's go, 69.8. Don't know my body fat, I haven't been using the calipers, so I'm just gonna leave that open. So I'll add my weight, and now we'll go to check-in. So was I compliant to my targets? You can see there that my tracked average, which we know was higher because I didn't get the chance to log everything, was outside the range. So I'm going to put a big old no, not compliant this week. Current weight this morning, 69.8. And am I close to my menstrual cycle? Yes. Had it most of last week. And complete check-in. Cool, so my calories aren't changing this week. Looks like things didn't go as planned. That's typical for me in my life. But these are definitely around my maintenance, which is good. So that will be my targets. So 145 protein, 187 carb, and 57 fat. And again, I can change that ratio around if I want to in the settings, just simply by going to the diet preferences. And you can see there on the screen I can wiggle those things around. I can move my protein around if I was finding it too hard or too easy to hit. And then same for carbs. So if you are somebody that prefers to eat more carbohydrates, you can drag that scale up. I could take mine up to as high as 201 and it would still give me 50 grams of fats for the day. And that kind of falls within the parameters of our balanced diet. So we'll keep that about 190 and 56 around there. Hit the save button and I am good to go for another week. So yeah, big week this week, new training program. I've actually just put together the next training block for, I guess, the follow-on or the continue-on of the pro fitness model. So I've got to get to work over the next week or two to get that uploaded onto the workout builder, which is a little bit time consuming, but it will go up there soon. So I think we're probably at about week 9 for most of you guys. You're a few weeks behind the program that I build and put on, but I still kind of follow along and do it with you. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be lots of exciting things happening this week, but I'll be able to fill you in our next week's update. Also, quick reminder, housekeeping stuff for you guys that are wanting to, I guess, work with Team BioLane. We still have our 16-week diet and lifestyle remodel challenge. Sign-ups are still open, so you guys have until the last day of January to get signed up if you would like to participate. So this is our biggest challenge of the year. We've already exceeded the total number of sign-ups this year than we have in history of this, and I think this is our 6th annual remodel. So there's some really big challenge prizes to be won in this program. We give out a winner to each of the different categories. So you don't have to be having the goal of fat loss. We have a winner for reverse dieting, for muscle building, and for fat loss. So you don't have to be dieting to win a really great prize. And then we also have an overall grand prize winner. So for those people, if you win, it's basically a flights and accommodation for a full all-inclusive weekend here in Florida. You do have to be located in Florida in order to win that prize. But there's going to be a big, I guess, team get-together with BioLane and all the participants, and then a private event for the grand prize winner. So there's that on the table for anybody that's based in the US, and if you win as an international participant, you'd receive a bunch of goodies in addition to 6 months of free coaching with your Team BioLane coach. So that's such a huge event, guys. If you want to get involved, all of the links are in the description, or you can hit me up, leave a comment, and I'll probably be able to talk back to you guys wherever you are watching this. So I think that's all. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave me a comment and we'll see you next week.